Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks from the Conference League on Thursday, March 14th. Well, guys, another day in the Conference League, another 8 games in the schedule. The second legs from last week, and it should be another exciting day. We have some games that ended in a few nil-nil draws. We had some high-scoring games, some both teams to score, stuff like that. And we'll see if we can get even more than that on Thursday with these 8 games on the schedule. There is a separate video for the Europa League picks, so check it out, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and of course, feel free to leave a comment on any of these videos. As far as the Champions League goes, Atletico Madrid and Inter have gone to the overtime with that late goal in the 87th minute for Atletico Madrid. While Borussia Dortmund looks like to be winning 1-0 against PSV Eindhoven, and that was a high scoring game that I expected, but it did not come to fruition, to be honest. I expected a lot more from that one. But we've hit a nice premium pick with the player prop for that one, plus 162 for Malen to get over 1.5 shots on target. And we've hit a couple of more as well. Uh, let's get the show on the road, guys, in the Conference League. 8 games on the schedule. Like I said, Fenerbahce is hosting Union Saint-Gilloise. This should be an interesting game because Saint-Gilloise has scored in like 20 games in a row when playing at home, and then they failed to score last week against Fenerbahce, ended up losing that game 3-0. And it would take something special from them to get back into this because beating Fenerbahce 3-0 on the road is not going to be an easy task to accomplish, even though Saint-Gilloise is on a 3-game winning streak when playing on the road. Fenerbahce, on the other side, has scored 9 goals in their last 3 games. They've kept a couple of clean sheets. They're coming off of a nice win as well. And they definitely deserve to be the favorites that they are. But I think that St. Gilloise will try to step it up in this game. And with that in mind, both teams to score an over 2.5 at minus 110. I will go for it again, and this time it will hit. Fiorentina is hosting Maccabi Haifa after they've beaten them 4-3 on the road. It was being played at a neutral venue, but I don't think that Maccabi Haifa feels like this is over. It's far from it. It's only one goal loss from the first leg, and with the amount of offense they have been showing as they have, I think that they potentially could get on the scoreboard in this one. I think that they are massive underdogs, possibly undeserved, even though they are now on a 2-game losing streak. But the books somehow think that Fiorentina is going to keep a clean sheet here in this game. I just don't think it's going to be possible because their defense has been all over the place this season and lately especially. So I'm going to go with both teams to score at minus 108. We're getting a great price and I will take advantage of it. PAOK will be hosting Dinamo Zagreb in Greece, and this is a game where PAOK has to attack. They have to go for it. They ended up losing in the first leg 2-0 on the road, which is nothing that they couldn't basically nullify in this game. They are the home team after all, but you know what? Dinamo is now on a nice positive streak, 4 wins out of their last 5 games. Defensively, they were decent, but they are not the greatest team defensively, and they do tend to get shaky and tend to make mistakes, which potentially is a great chance for PAOK at home. But instead of choosing the goals and the sides, I decided to take PAOK over 6.5 quarters at plus 105. With the amount of offense they will have to produce, amount of chances they will have to create to try and get uh, a win and possibly the next stage out of this game, they will have to attack, and I think that will give them at least 7 corners in this game. So PAOK over 6.5 corners at plus 105. Victoria Pilsen and Servette is one of those matchups that ended in a nil-nil draw in the first leg, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised one bit if this one ended the same way as well. Pilsen hasn't lost any of their last 19 games. They're playing well. Servette hasn't lost any of their last 8 games. They're also playing well, but with a lot of being at stake, the quarterfinals of the Conference League, which brings some money into the club, brings some joy to the fans, to the players. I don't think that either side will be willing to risk it, especially in the first half. So I'm gonna take first half draw at plus 107. In England, we have Aston Villa hosting Ajax, and this is the first game that is at 4 p.m. Eastern time. We had both teams to score in over 2.5 in that first leg, and how this game ended in a 0-0 draw, I honestly have no idea. Aston Villa is coming off of a disappointing loss to Tottenham 4-0 at home, and Ajax on the other side is now undefeated in their last three games, but they have won only one of those three games, while their latest game was a 2-2 draw against Sittard in the Dutch Eredivisie. Once again, I will bite the bullet in this one, guys, and I will take both teams to score in over 2.5 at plus 105. We are getting a much, much better price for it than we had last week. And I don't know, to expect both of these teams to shut out their opponents and not score a goal, that seems quite a stretch to me, to be honest. I think we are going to see the goals. I just hope that we see them on both sides. So, Aston Villa versus Ajax, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Club Brugge is hosting Molde in another matchup in the Conference League, and Molde is coming off of a win 2-1 against Bruges last week. But one clear advantage they have is the fact that they are well rested because they are still not competing in the Norwegian Elite Serie because it hasn't kicked off yet. So that kicks off, I believe, April 1st, actually, or something like that. So that is a clear advantage for Molde here. But Club Brugge is coming off of a win 3-1 at home, and they are the home team here, which is probably where they're playing their best football this season. Uh, but I honestly think this is gonna be the game where we're gonna see a lot of corners. I just have a feeling about it. I don't know why. I think it's gonna be a great one, and I'm gonna take over 4.5 corners in the first half at minus 139. Lille will be hosting Sturm in another matchup in the Conference League, and I think that Lille basically got the job done in the first leg. They have beaten Sturm 3-0 on the road, which was a bit unexpected if you ask me. But if Sturm wants to do something out of this matchup, they have to go for it and they have to attack from the first minute until the last minute. They have to try to get on the scoreboard and I don't know. Lille has been quite unstable in their last game against Rennes in the French League One defensively. They conceded two goals, and I think that they will concede here as well. I think that Sturm has the quality to get on the scoreboard to be a threat to Lille here in this game. So I'm gonna take Sturm over 3.5 shots on target at plus 115. And the last pick of this video before we move on to that parlay of the day is between Maccabi and Olympiacos. Maccabi, surprisingly, in my opinion, destroyed Olympiacos on the road last week 4-1. Now, that was probably one of the worst games of the season for Olympiacos, and they need a win by at least 3 goals in this game on the road against Maccabi Tel Aviv to force the overtime. Uh, the good news, I suppose, is the fact that this game is being played at a neutral venue in Hungary, if I'm not mistaken, and that means no home advantage for Maccabi Tel Aviv. But Maccabi is on a huge winning streak right now, and they're coming off of another win in the Israeli National League, 1-0 on the road. But I don't know. I just don't think that either side is gonna keep a clean sheet here. But I'm simply gonna go for the over 2.5 at minus 133. I'm not gonna force both teams to score here. Uh, Weirder things have happened from one team keeping a clean sheet or not, so I'm not gonna try and do that. I'm just gonna take over 2.5. It's been a crazy first leg of this matchup. Uh, I think that Olympiacos will try to push forward, try to get to the scoreboard, try to even this matchup, but to win by 3 goals against such a great team who is in such a great form on a huge winning streak, I think that's going to be a hard task to accomplish. But I still think we're going to see at least 3 goals in this game. So Maccabi Tel Aviv versus Olympiacos over 2.5 goals at minus 133. And then there's that parlay of the day, guys. Four-legger, like I said, plus 269. 2 games from the Europa League, 2 games from the Conference League. Rangers versus Benfica, both teams to score. Atalanta versus Sporting, both teams to score. Fenerbahce versus Saint-Gilloise over 1.5 goals. Fiorentina versus Maccabi Haifa over 1.5 goals. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here. These were your free picks for the Conference League. Thank you for joining me here. I hope you have a great day, guys. Good luck with all of your bets. And of course, stay tuned for more free picks coming up soon.